This is the story of 5 Indians: Deva, Gautam, Pradeep, Shashi, and Venu. We were all busy in our own lives, but one thought changed us all. Not everyone can say that they have stood halfway towards the top of the world. With this thought, we attempted the most unimaginable. Tiring yet refreshing, scary yet beautiful, deadly yet lively, and that's our Everest Base Camp trek. Reaching Everest Base Camp has been one of the greatest achievements of our life, and if we can do it, you can too. It all started with a mail and a con call from Shashi, and everything rolled thereafter. Within no time, we all were in Delhi catching a flight to Kathmandu. From Delhi to Kathmandu, the flight offers beautiful views of the Himalayan range. To get the best views, take the left windows while going and the right while returning. Himalayas are among the youngest mountain range of the planet. The Himalayan range is home to some of the planet's highest peaks.
I'm kind of nervous for all of us.
We are excited.
I'm really excited.
I'm super excited.
I just want to get done with this.
The journey begins from a 40-minute flight to Lukla. This is the smallest plane we have ever traveled on. This is the most exciting start of the journey. These planes don't have a radar system on board, so planes can't take off till the manual confirmation from Lukla if they can land. High winds, cloud cover, and changing visibility often means flights can be delayed or airport closed from few hours to few days depending on the weather and the season. Tenzing Hillary Airport in Lukla is the most dangerous in the world because there is a hill immediately beyond the end of the runway and a steep drop at the other end into the valley below. Everest Base Camp is at 5,380 meters and is the most popular destinations for trekkers. Hiking the EBC is an extraordinary accomplishment but extremely challenging, and it can be dangerous. You must be well prepared in order to have a safe and an enjoyable hike. There is a large amount of accommodation at all the places of EBC except few. Accommodation includes a large dining room, bar and a restaurant. Few have a cyber cafe too. Quality is very basic. Rooms come with a bed, one mattress, pillow and toilets are shared. Generally a single room should cost around $2 to $5, but the shower, charging, food and water for a single day should cost around $30. Food at EBC region comprises of gigantic piles of carbohydrates with vegetarian protein. Staple food here include fried rice, dal bath and noodles. Though you get rest of the things, but they're very basic. People avoid eating meat as there are no cold storages in this region.
Worked quite good, and we could reach instead of Phagding, we landed up at Jersey.
When we reached here, it was about 5:30. We were thinking about going to Namche Bazaar, but luckily we didn't go because it started raining about half an hour later. We stayed almost in the last lodge available.
Easy way and easy down, but it didn't look like that.
Pradeep twisted a little bit of his ankle, but he's feeling fine.
I celebrated with my first tea of my life.
Only one day done. We have 9 more days to go. We'll see. But looking at the team, we're going to nail it down.
Journey should take around 5 to 6 hours. The trail starts with a gentle slope down and up mountain side next to the Dikozi river and offering great views. At Phagding, you're at 200 meters lower than Lukla.
600 meters. On the way, we met a lot of people who had climbed the summit, and we met Arunima, who was first female amputee from India, who actually reached the Everest summit. All our guys were interviewed by two different Nepal TV stations.
TV channels.
The Nepal TV as Kandipur, which is supposed to be more popular. 3.5 hours of climb. We were able to do it in 2.5 hours. And then we had a really nice acclimatization climb to Everest View Hotel. The first glimpse of Everest. We have covered about, we climbed about 1,000 meters, which is
Namche to Tengboche should take around 5 to 7 hours. It begins with steep up and then you go down to cross the Dudkoshi river. And then the trail ascends steeply from Funketanga. There is no tea house from here, so stock up on water and food. Lack of oxygen is noticeable at this stage. Altitude sickness can make you feel nauseous and weak, and at worst it can kill you. Listen to your body, drink a lot of water and
Very good glimpse of Everest.
Tengboche has the largest Buddhist monastery of the region. Everest Bakery here claims to be the highest in the world. Every day at the foot of the mountain, you look up and ask yourself, how can anyone climb that? Why would anyone even want to? But hours later, when you're at the top looking down, you've forgotten everything except the family and friends you promised you would come back to. And the pain completely disappears because every day you're rewarded with both spectacular scenery and a huge sense of personal achievement.
We met three champions, Indian champions, who are like 61, 62 and 91. And these guys are traveling since 1990s. And this is the 6th visit to base camp, and we are quite inspired. Today is the 4th day of our journey. It's 29th of May, and all are charged up.
We lost an altitude of about 100 meters after we started from Tengboche, and we crossed several villages like Deboche, Pangboche, and finally reached Dingboche. It took us about 6 hours to came here, to reach here. On the way, there was some phenomenal views of Mount Lhotse. All in all, we're all in good spirits. Venu was struck by a little bit of altitude sickness. He got nauseous.
Craziest marathon from Everest Base Camp.
Today, 30th May, we went on like 500 meters elevation right across our lodge where we are staying. It was raining for last 24 hours. Pradeep made a good lunch for us.
The most difficult treks that we did. We walked up the mountains and we have to go down all the way, and we crossed some very beautiful scenery, and we went down to a place called Tukla. And it took about, we started at 8 o'clock, we reached there around 11 o'clock. We all had a cup of tea or hot chocolate there, and then started at 11:30, and in about another 2.5 hours we reached Lubuche. And from Tukla, it's most of the time, it was all the time, it was going up and up.
reached around 6:45. We reached Gorakshep around 10:45. Terrain between Loboche to Gorakshep was very difficult one. The weather-wise, it was very gloomy and cloudy, steep, the ups and downs, rock falls. We proceeded to EBC. Terrain was difficult one with a lot of rocks and ups and downs. It was drizzling and sometimes it was freezing rain and snow. There by 1:40 p.m.
Everest Base Camp. It's a major achievement.
We got up at 5:30 in the morning and we started our trek to Kalapathar. It was a pretty steep incline. Which is only totally made of rocks and we need to climb up the rocks to go to the top of it. As we go up, the air gets thinner, the oxygen concentration comes lesser and we get to become more breathless with air. The views were amazing. I was really emotional sort of and we were very happy. Everyone was happy.
We're at Kalapathar, on top of Kalapathar. This is the topmost tip I can get onto. Right behind me is Mount Everest. I might not be on top of the world, but the top of the world is right in front of me. One fine day, I'll definitely go there. And my brother-in-law, family for supporting, my sisters, my niece, my nephews, and my friends, especially Kiran and Priya, my boss for approving my leave.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it.
It's nothing. Cheers, guys! Yes, guys!
Oh damn, I'm taking this with my wife. Cheers. I love you.
I want to give this message to my wife, Priya and Bhupa, Streaker. I love you both. Priya, happy birthday.
So my message to you is, life is a forest. Try to get a glimpse of everything, don't get close to just one tree. Okay? And again, Kavita, you've been phenomenal. Thank you very much for letting me follow my heart.
Thank my family very much for this.
We didn't know what to expect when we first signed up for this trek. We knew it was going to be hard, but we never realized just how hard. As time passes, you get irritated and will be sick of early morning wake-up calls, everyday struggle, weakness, loss of appetite, altitude sickness and bitter cold. There will be many points where we just want it all to end. But somewhere between the bottom of the climb and the summit is the answer to the mystery why we climb. The key is to stay positive. Approach each day knowing that with every step a magnificent view awaits you. You will traverse scenery that will literally take your breath away. Like a picture postcard that changes every day. When you reach the goal around an incredible 5,500 meters, the feeling is euphoric. You can do nothing but marvel at the spectre before you. A canvas of beautiful white snow-peaked mountains, the Khumbu Ice Fall and the magnificent yet looming presence of Mount Everest. In between the hugs and the handshake, you'll find yourself standing in awe, in complete silence.
And after we completed the hike, we came down back to Gorakshep. This descent from Gorakshep to Lobuche is going to be around almost about 900 meters, which we completed in about 5 hours.
Tried to have a good night's sleep here at Periche. We woke up, we were waiting for a helicopter, and we wanted to have a breakfast in Lukla. But unfortunately the helicopter couldn't come because of the Namche weather. Finally we could hear a helicopter noise, but it is not visible because of the clouds. Beautiful helicopter. It was my first ride of my life, and so is for Venu, Gautam and Shashi. Very frightening for me because it was like first experience and I was sitting in the front.
And
Before I could catch up with the front, I think the views took over. See the paths what we have come with. Like I said, 8 minutes or some few seconds we were there in Lukla. So we started exploring Lukla. In 15 minutes we covered it thrice. We checked in Sherpa Lodge, it's a quite decent place. Elevation we take up, the charges are increasing, like the shower, the battery charge, the food. I think the rooms are pretty cheap. I think we paid $1 per person, but the food and all have costed us like a bomb. Plan which is the best season that suits you to go to EBC. Every season has its pros and cons. The right kind of exercise is very important. Don't underestimate the stamina required in altitude sickness. Eat well and do a lot of breathing exercises and stretches. Don't underestimate the terrain. So pack accordingly and prepare accordingly. Always allow the yacht convoy to pass. Consider it is a rest break and enjoy. Always stay on the hillside and not on the valley side. You can see few money stones like this. Always pass from the left hand side. After Namche, dollars are useless, so better exchange to Nepalese rupees. Hike high and sleep low. Power is a rare and expensive commodity here, so carry spare batteries and power banks. Choose proper guide and porters. Most important is to have a person who can do reservations for you, like to and fro of Lukla and etc. Booking it online is next to impossible. Don't forget to carry something which you can place as a remembrance at Gorakshep.
Dangerous flight, which happened to be very easy, and that is the starting point, which hinted that our trip is going to be very successful. We completed our trip only just 8 days. That is, I think, shortest possible way for beginners like us. When Shashi was mentioning about it, I was like, I don't think I'm up to it. But the best thing which worked out is my every weekend little hike to the nearest mountain to Bombay. And I think we did excess of research which sometimes took away my excitement. But for a trip like this, if you don't do a proper research, proper planning, I think it is sheer stupidity. Kalapathar, I think, emotionally built me a little stronger.
This trek has been very important for me. Am I excited seeing the Everest, or am I excited that I have come this far? Frankly speaking, every day seemed more important to me rather than achieving the targets.
People in Khumbu Valley were awesome. They're honest, they're very cooperative. Not too many Indians do this, so I'm really hoping that we kind of like inspire more Indians to do this.
Every day when I woke up, I tied my shoes, my legs were hurting, and I'm sure it did for all of us. Every day we pushed ourselves. It's like when you say one step at a time, that's usually a cliche, but it's not here. maybe people can take courage with the fact that if we can do it, you can do it, and you can do it today. Okay, thanks.
Cheers. Cameraman Deva के साथ गौतम, Shashi,
Pradeep. Hi, this is Pradeep. Today is May 31st.
It's today. Okay, sorry.
This is the fat doctor Gautam speaking in.
I'm in charge of making sure everybody pees on time.
Pradeep is our designated P monitor.
The guy should pay half the amount for the guide because we were guiding him. And he was doing nothing.
After the morning breakfast which we had, and with a little bit of hash browns and little bit of leftovers which they had in the previous day. Supposedly
Devang famous saying is trekking, no EG in trekking.
Rich, if you want to don't get confused, okay?
That is hidden behind the curtains. Right?
Deva sleeps, I don't know, we can't wake him up. So, because monastery. Monastery. Not monastery.
Pradeep got a good tub already.
Hope he wakes up.
Most of us completed for about 2 hours. I took around 2.5 to 3 hours.
It's not 2.5 to 3 hours, 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay, 4 hours.
2 dogs barking, God knows why.
Male and female? Yeah, male.
I think both are male, that's why they're barking. Yeah, there are a lot of things I wanted to tell, but of course, as it is HD and occupying a lot of space and